wedding season. As soon as one ends, the next one begins, right? We just got done with the spring weddings. We'll have a little summer, and then we're going to get heavy into fall. Well, are you ready for these weddings? Did you do well with the weddings you had before? Well, my name is arrgmnt. I didn't only run the #1 florist in Sarasota in volume and sales and everything else that we did. We were very proud of what we did, and we did it to our very best of our abilities. But I also oversaw 300 to 350 weddings a year. Now, you have to have a good team. There's no question. I could never take that credit. I was just the orchestrator. My team did the work, and they did an amazing job. However, if I don't communicate budgets, expectations, I'm never going to get results. So whether you're a business owner, a designer, or a design manager, clear expectations is the very first thing you need to accomplish. Once you've all agreed, this is the price, this is the cost, this is what we're going to be able to put it out with, and I'm going to give you the variable that you probably are missing. Let's go one step at a time. So now that you've addressed the fact that you got the plan, here comes the bride, and the bride always has a budget, no matter what. In this case, it was the father of the bride, and they wanted centerpieces for the tables. So we made a centerpiece. They said maybe 100 to 200 max. I like to stay between 100 and 150. My designer made a beautiful bouquet. Not really. Then he made the second one. Not happy. Third try. Now they're losing confidence because the bride is starting to feel like, this is Beneva, this is my favorite shop. What happened? Daddy, this isn't what I expected. This is my wedding day. Now Daddy comes into play. Mr. Conservative, budget-driven daddy becomes, I want my daughter happy. What's going on, Artie? You always knew what to put together. And then I realized it was the budget that was restricting my designer. It's not the designer. They were doing their job. This required a manager or the owner. In this case, it was me. I asked them if they can come in on a Saturday. Let's just meet. I'd like to do something for you. They came in, and I took my designer the night before, and we put together the flowers. I showed her what I wanted to create. She said, Art, you're way over budget. They said 150 to 200, really 100 to 200, but we're not going to be able to make this at 200. You're over $400 or $500. Well, it was really closer to $600. I made it, created it with her. She did it. I just helped her. And that Sunday morning, I'll never forget, Saturday morning, it was 10 o'clock. I came in, she opened the door, and she was ready to cry. Oh my God. Artie, that's it. Daddy, this is what I wanted. This is beautiful. Daddy's glowing. I said, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is you found what you're looking for and you're happy. And we're so glad to have been able to accommodate that. The bad news isn't too bad, because I'll tell you why. The bad news is this is a $600 bouquet. I had a feeling what you had in your mind wasn't aligning with what you were prepared to spend. But I wanted to at least let you see it and let you make that decision. How many did you say you're going to need? She said 20. If we're going to put 20 of these together, I could probably get it down $150, maybe even to $200 each. I could get this down to $400. I couldn't get it to $200, but I could get it to $400. It's a $600 bouquet. But with the volume that you're going to need, I'm going to be able to mass produce these, and they're going to be spectacular. Each table will be created as if it was the only arrangement that that designer made all day. See, I didn't want them to think I was mass producing and we're just going to poke flowers in and send it out the door. I wanted to let them know this is still a very special job. Well, they signed. And I realized that this was a learning moment because my designer was like, the wind was just taking that out of her sails. She says, I couldn't have done that. I said, but you can. You see, it's important to read the people, understand the room, and not to be afraid to deliver the best of your ability. She was really looking for $400 to $600 bouquet. So we made a beautiful centerpiece, and They were $400. There was 20 of them. Job was done. That's how you sell big arrangements. You know, the only difference between a $2,000 budget, a $20,000 budget, and a $200,000 budget, the common number is 2. The only difference are the zeros. That's all. When you get into the larger numbers, understand, don't design or sell out of your own pocket. Everybody has their budget. The $200,000 wedding has a budget. The $200 wedding has a budget. One has more to work with than the other. So the most important thing to understand is set the parameters, set up the expectations, and then what it is that you need to do, and make sure your design manager or the coordinator goes into the meeting wide open with whatever it's going to take to bring the results to the bride-to-be is all you should be worried about. Don't let the price hold you back, because the budget changes with the results. If they see what you can make and they never dreamed of such a thing, the budget will align. It will adjust. And that's how you sell a substantial centerpiece order, which is what really makes the difference between a small wedding and a large wedding.